welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Emily and this is the Swamp Witch Knits podcast. I'm coming to you from my house in Pensacola, Florida, aka the actual swamp, and this is a podcast where we just take some time every week and sit down and chat about my knitting projects. This week I'd been meaning to do this for quite some time. This is the To Frog or Not to Frog episode. And I thought about it a little bit as I was going through all the projects and figuring out which ones and like which order I would tell y'all about them. And I think I'm gonna work through it with you. So I'm gonna take you guys along and we'll decide, should I keep working on it or should I salvage the yarn and, put it into another good use? Because I just have a lot of projects. There's like kind of an embarrassing number. I filled up 2 pages on a notebook with the projects I want to talk about. So, yeah, a little embarrassing. I was definitely going through like all of my bins trying to figure out like which projects I hadn't touched in a while, and there were more than I thought. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing to go through and do this every once in a while, and I don't think that the reason that I would rip back any of these projects would be because I didn't like the pattern for any reason. So we'll just put that out there. Not gonna hate on any patterns. In fact, every pattern on here is, as I was going through, is, very, professionally done and well written and beautiful. Just for, whatever reason, I just let it like languish in a drawer. So let's just go ahead and jump in. We'll get started. So the first one that we're going to talk about is a sweater. Spoiler alert, pretty much, not all of them, but most of them are sweaters. I'm really primarily a sweater knitter. I'm not really like into, I love accessories and like, I love the way that they look, but I just don't wear them really. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is a sweater, and it is called the Lamina, and it is by Jennifer, I'm so sorry if I say it wrong, Jennifer Brou, B-R-O-U. This is such a beautiful pattern, and it looks incredible on the model. The shot with the model, that definitely is what sold me, that cover photo. Oh my gosh, it looks so good on her. And I actually tried to use the same colors too that they used. I just thought I love those 2 colors together, and I thought it worked super well with the design. I think that her inspiration was, I want to say it was like 1920s kind of like Art Deco style. But this is a gorgeous color work pattern, and I'm pretty solidly into the yoke, and I think that it looks really nice, and I think that the colors look really beautiful on me. I'm using Blue Sky Fibers Woolstok Light. So this is a fingering weight non-superwash single ply yarn. This color is called Golden Meadow. This is like my favorite color of all time. And this color is called Mossy Green. You might recognize these names if you've watched my previous episodes, because I used this exact same color combination in a Levitate wrap for my friends. So can't get enough. I love. Okay. Why did I let this go? I honestly don't know. I think so how long has this been on the needles? I feel like that's gonna be an embarrassing question. This has been on the needles since 2022. So I got this yarn in Atlanta at a yarn store called the Craftivist. It's the first time I'd ever seen Woolstok Light, and I think at the time Woolstok Light was pretty new, because they originally came out with Woolstok, which is their worsted weight yarn, and then Woolstok Light came out, I think, because the response to Woolstok, it's a great yarn, and I fingering weight is just so nice to use in a color work project, especially here where I live in Florida. It really doesn't get it gets cold, but not for very long. And, by cold, I mean, we might have a couple overnights where it freezes, and then, maybe 30s would be the coldest it would get here during the day, and that's, rare. Normally the winter it's about like 60 degrees, 50, 60, but we can have really warm days where you could go sit outside in a bathing suit, so you never know. So all that to say, a colorwork sweater for me, because it makes such a thick double-sided fabric, it's not wearable for a lot of the year, and really the only thing I could get away with would be a fingering weight. I think a worsted weight would just be very, very warm. I could probably wear that on a ski trip or something, but certainly not here for very much of the year, if at all. So and that may have been part of why I kind of set this aside, because it was getting warmer or what have you, and I just felt like I wasn't going to wear it and wanted to focus on more projects that I could actually get some use out of. But back to, I bought this at the Craftivist in Atlanta back in 2022. It was in September because I was up there for Dragon Con. I've talked about this a little bit before, but Dragon Con is just a fun little festival where you talk about nerdy things, and people dress up. It's a whole thing. But so we go up to Atlanta for that, and our favorite store up there is the Craftivist, and found it there, bought it, and immediately was like, I want to knit the Lamina. I'd been wanting to knit it for a while. It'd been in my favorites for a long time. So overall, I think, knitting it has been very pleasant. I think, so I did a tubular cast on. It just looks really nice, really finished. And I like how wide this neckline is. I don't like a lot of fabric up against my neck. Again, it's just too hot. And I'm a bit sensitive to wool, even though Woolstok it's pretty soft, and really is next to skin, but even so, on my neck it is a bit prickly. So I really like this neckline. I think it's gorgeous, and the pattern is just it's so pretty. I really want the finished object. I want to wear this out for a nice, I feel like it would be so pretty just going out at night in the winter, to a nice dinner, or even to wear to work. It's going to be such a beautiful sweater. I don't think I'm going to frog this. I do want to pick it back up. I think the thing that is keeping me from picking it back up is that I am horrible about keeping records, and I have no idea where I'm at. No idea. So I don't think it's going to be hard to figure out where to start up, but it's just that one little step, that one little thing. I'm like, no, I can't. It's keeping me from starting. I do this all the time too with chores. It'll be one tiny, it's not even inconvenient. It's just a one little thing I don't want to do, and it keeps me from doing it. And then I get dishes that pile up, and laundry that's spilling out of the bin. And okay, yeah, so if you leave your laundry in the washing machine and you have to redo the load, and the reason is because you don't want to get the laundry out of the dryer and put it away. So it creates this backlog, and then because you have the backlog, the laundry in the washing machine gets gross and smells bad, and then you don't want to do the laundry because you're gonna have to rewash that again, and you still have to put the laundry away. So the original problem. Oh, hi, Mila's here. This is my cat Mila. She's here to say hi. She's posing next to the ceramic cat. She's showing it how it's done. She's don't you know, I'm the only cat. Okay, anyway, so that's a tangent. I guess I'm just trying to explain how my brain works. It's one dumb little thing, and I'm just I can't. But I really do. I think I need to pick this back up. I think I will really like it, and I still really like it. Like holding it and stuff, I'm just like, oh, this feels soft. It's so gorgeous, and the colors like are really, really beautiful. And I did such a nice job on the neckline. Like I really do need to. I need to give it, you know, the time that it's due. And I think pulling it out of its hiding place in my closet was a good first step. You know, I'm gonna put this out with my other active whips out in the living room, and I think that'll, you know, maybe give me a little reminder, and it'll be like that one step that I've taken towards finishing it. Like maybe that's what I needed. Okay, but yeah, this is great. This yeah, so okay, number 1, the Lamina, keep. Okay, all right, we'll move on to number 2, which is the Zweig by Caitlin Hunter of Boyland Knitworks, and this is gonna be a frog. This thing is giant. It's really cute. I mean, like the pattern is so gorgeous, and I think I picked like a fun color combo, but it's giant. Like I made it so big. and what I think happened here, okay, wait, organize. Okay, so we'll say, how long has this been on the needles? This has been on the needles, oh my gosh. Hey, excuse you. She's like pulling, there's like a loose needle and she's pulling at it. This has been on the needles since, oh, and here goes the litter robot. So we're gonna just take a quick break while it cycles, and I'll be right back. All right, and we are back. So, oh, the Zweig. So now I have Mila on my lap, and she is helping, but she's also attacking the sticks. Oh my God, the needles. Ow, ow! Jesus, I need to give her a nail trim. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I love the color combo that I picked. This is a oh my God, this is a fingering weight top down circular yoke pattern, and it's got some stranded color work, as you can see in the top here, and then a nice simple but pretty lace that you can't see that well because I chose to use a really variegated color, but so did Caitlin, I think, in her you know, the one that she has in the pattern, the picture. It looks, I think she's using some sort of like, maybe not quite this variegated, but it is like colorful. So I love the colors that I chose. Yeah, so this is, I think, just like the yarn.com has their own brand of like sock yarn. It's actually so nice, and it hasn't pilled at all, and it's very soft and works up really well. It feels good. It's a merino nylon blend. This is a sock yarn as well, a merino nylon blend, and it is knit up by my friend Rachel of Zeezee Textiles, and the colorway is called Corner Room. I don't know if it's still available. She, you know, always is making up new color palettes and color stories for each season. So I don't know if she brings back like popular colors, but I just loved this. She was inspired, I believe, by her grandparents' house, a specific room in the house, the corner room, and I loved all of the colors in it, the oranges, the blues, the greens. I just think it's really, really cool. So I want to salvage this yarn for something else for sure. I think maybe to use in more color work for sure, because it looks really cool in this bottom part. I think in the color work, especially it pops really nicely against the blue. So so obviously this is going to be a frog as I'm like talking about what I'm going to use it for, but I think it's going to be a frog not because of the pattern. I think just because I knit it like on a really loose gauge. I think we're going to learn, y'all, like quickly, that most of these problems are because I fail to do gauge swatches. I need to do them, and I just continue not to learn to do them. So anyway, yeah, it's because I didn't do gauge swatch. It's too loose. It's huge. The armpits like are like down like here on me or something, and I know that her patterns are oversized. They are supposed to be, but I don't like it when I have a a rounded yoke sweater like that, and I lift my arms, and like it's just, it's like a sensory thing. Like I don't like the armpits being like that, so loose. So it's a no for me. I very much enjoyed knitting it, and what I could do, because I'm finished with I have enough, obviously, of this yarn to try it again. I don't think I have enough of the blue because I ended up using the rest of what I had to actually make a cardigan. But I think I could pick a different color, maybe a dark green or something, or I could, make it a warmer tone, like a dark, like a dark. Oh my gosh, let go! She's pulling on the needle. We could, really change the story, I think, with a dark rusty orange, a really like almost orangey brown, that this, would bring out more of the orange tones. Or yeah, like there's this dark green in here that I think could be really cool. Green is clearly my favorite color. I would probably knit every sweater in green if I didn't force myself to choose other pictures. There you go! Other colors. Yeah, that would be interesting. I think I might, future me is gonna think about pulling this back, reusing the yarn, and making another Zweig. And you know what? Maybe I could even do a gauge swatch. I won't, but there may be. But the reason I think that I will be more successful the next time is because I changed the way that I hold my yarn since doing this. I now wrap my yarn like through my fingers and around my pinky, so my tension is a lot different, and my knitting gauge now is quite a bit tighter, and it's more even. So I actually do think that if I knit this again, I could achieve gauge, or at least have a not make it quite so the yoke quite so long. I think I could have a better fitting sweater, and I'm kind of like, because I have this blue in a different cardigan now, I want to change it up. I think I would want to get a different main color, maybe like a slightly, like this is beautiful, but I think I might want a little bit more of a tonal, and not quite such a flat color. Ooh, even black, or like charcoal, dark charcoal or black. I think all these colors would pop again so nicely. Yeah, okay, that's exciting. All right, let's move on. Okay, number 3 is the Ranunculus, and this is by Midori Hirose. I think everybody at this point, or not everybody, but most people at this point know of this pattern. It's very, very popular. This is my Ranunculus that I started in, again, 2021. And, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Look at that. I mean, like, I messed up on the lace. Like, something's not right here. The way that these little, like, I don't know what's going on here, but I don't think it's correct. Something is incorrect. I adore this yarn. This is Shibui Knits and Madtosh made yarn together. So Shibui Knits and Madtosh, and the colorway is Big Sky. And it is just so beautiful. It's the Tosh Merino Light, and it's held double with these Shibui Knits Silk Cloud, and they're both in the Big Sky colorway. Like, just, can you even, like, oh, look at that. That's gorgeous. It's like silky and shiny, and just has that beautiful depth of color, and just these, and it's like, look at that halo. It's so pretty, y'all. I love this yarn. I love it. I don't love this Ranunculus. I don't. Number 1, the neckline is so small. And as I said, I don't like a tight neckline. So the mohair is going to prickle on me, and I won't like that. Number 2, it's going to be way too hot here. Even though it's fingering weight, it's just going to be unwearable. Number 3, I don't have enough yarn to finish it, because I used the rest of the yarn that I was using here. I used on an Elton cardigan. So I don't even have enough to finish it. I'm gonna frog it, but I'm scared of frogging it, you guys, because I've heard that if you hold the mohair double with with another yarn, it's really hard to frog. Is that true? If anybody has some guidelines or like can point me in a direction of a resource on the best way to like frog a mohair and like held with another fiber project to reuse the yarn, I would love some tips, because I really do want to salvage this yarn. It is so special and I can't get it anymore, and I just like, I feel like this color is really, really flattering on me, and it just makes me so happy. And I really do want to use it for something else. I think maybe a hat would be beautiful if I can. No, not a hat. I can't have mohair on my forehead. I'm just a little baby. So maybe something else. I could, you know, it doesn't have to be all in this color. I could maybe use this, you know, in some sort of color work, or, you know, I just want to have it back, because right now it's, you know, obviously not being used in this sweater. So, you know, kind of a bummer. I actually cast this on when I lived in Colorado and had been planning to live in Colorado, and then, you know, situation changes, and I moved actually down here to Florida in 2021. So, you know, I think it would have been a great sweater to have in Colorado for the winter. I think I would have worn it a lot. It's really just gorgeous color, but you know, things change. So it's obviously a great pattern. I think I would, I don't think I did the cast on the way that, I think she does some sort of like, actually I think I did do like the fancy cast on, didn't I? I did, yeah. It was just really small. I think I just need, maybe I just need to do the wider neck one next time. I've made another ranunculus, maybe I'll show it to y'all sometime, but I made another ranunculus. I also never wear that one, so I don't know what it is about this pattern. I've tried to knit it so many times. When I was a newer knitter, I could not figure out that cast on. I like, it was so frustrating to me, and I kept having to pull it out, and I just like, I bailed on probably 3 or 4 tries on a ranunculus. So I was really proud of this one. It was like the furthest that I've gotten. For some reason that pattern is cursed for me. I don't know why, because so many people have like more than one beautiful ranunculus, and there's no reason that I shouldn't be able to make it. I don't know. I just like, it's cursed for me, I guess. I don't know. It is so pretty. I'm determined, y'all. I really am determined, like, to have a nice wearable ranunculus one of these days. But there's so many other things I want to make too. And obviously I have so many whips already, so I don't need to cast on a new project. Anyway, let's keep going because we have so many. So our 4th is the Ripple Lake Cardigan by Locatelli, and it is just like barely anything. I know it looks like there's barely anything, but this took forever. This is an absolutely stunning short sleeve lace, all over lace cardigan by Locatelli, and it is just so beautiful. Like, just, I mean, look at that. Look at that. Gorgeous. And this is the back, I believe this is the back panel, and what you do is you, like, it's a provisional cast on, so I think you pick up the stitches, so like you're knitting it each half. I'm pretty sure that's how she had it. So I did a like huge provisional cast on, like so long, and then it's just right away into lace work, which if you are a fan of lace work, then like awesome. This is a great project, and I think here in Florida this would have been super cute and wearable, like a gorgeous thing to wear to dinner, like as a nice like fancy little over jacket. I was actually intending to make this for my mom for her birthday. Like, this color I think really suits her, and I just thought that she would think that the lace was really pretty. This yarn is the Malabrigo Sussurro, and it's a linen silk merino blend. It's really, really nice, and I think really great for like a lightweight fabric here here in this weather, because I really think we could get away with wearing that pretty much like fall, winter, early spring. So yeah, I stopped knitting on this. I don't really know why. I think what happened is my stitch count was off or something, and I just kind of lost focus on it. I don't know. I'm not really like a lace knitter. I don't love lace knitting, and this just required so much focus, and I really I like to knit and to relax. I like to, you know, be watching, you know, podcasts or listening to a book or something, and sometimes I do like a more engaging project if I, you know, am in the mood for it. Of course, you know, we all like to be challenged, but this I think was just a little too much, you know, all over lace work. Again, so gorgeous, and her lace patterns are just beautifully written, very, very easy to follow, especially like as a newer knitter, and really I'm not, you know, I don't do a lot of lace work, so the fact that, you know, I was able to follow it and make as much as I did, I'm really actually quite proud of how pretty this is. But I just can't see myself picking it back up. I would love the finished object. I truly would. I think my mom would wear it all the time, and I think if I made one for myself, like that, the short sleeve is really, really nice, and I do think I would wear it, but I just don't want to make it. I don't want to put the time in to make it. That's it, you know. But oh well, you know, you gotta try stuff, right? And this yarn is really beautiful. I know that I need to rip it out, and I don't need to, again, I always say need, like I don't need to do anything. This is my hobby. I can do what I want. But should I want to repurpose this yarn and use it for something that, you know, I could get actually wear, I would need to rip this back. And maybe I'm ready. You know, maybe I think it's been long enough. This is probably I don't remember, but I think it's probably a 2022 project. I think it's been long enough. I'm far enough removed from it that I think I could go ahead and, you know, rip it back and not feel super, super sad about it. It's harder when you've just, you know, been working on it recently. So yeah, this is a frog. The Ripple Lake Cardigan by Joji Locatelli. We will be frogging that. Let us move on. This is another 2021 project. I feel like there's a theme here. No, this is a 2022er. So this is a little bit newer. This is the Novice cardigan by, I'm looking at my notes, PetiteKnit. So the Novice cardigan chunky edition. So I've got quite a bit done here. That's the back, and this is the front. As you can see, I have quite a bit done. I decided to do a bunch of just random repeating stripes, and I think it's really cute. I picked out colors that I love. I always love a turquoise and a rust together, and then gray as just really pretty neutral. So yeah, this was intended to be a like outerwear project for me here, to be a coat essentially. I know, because y'all are probably thinking like she literally just said it doesn't get cold there, and it, you know, it doesn't, but it could still, this could be an outerwear project. Okay, like let me live my life. I'm on what happened was with this one, I feel like I'm like trying to like defend myself. What happened was it's fine. It's literally a knitting project. Like, also just like look at all of these ends that I would have to weave in. Like, didn't quite think this through. This thing fits really nicely. The armpits are, you know, right at the spot that I like them. It's going to be slouchy but very comfortable, and I could wear long sleeve under it. This thing is going to be great. I want to finish this. I'm not going to frog this. I do want to finish this. And I actually think about this cardigan relatively frequently. I really do. I'm like, when am I going to finish that thing? I think what was getting frustrating to me was I was working on this prior to having purchased the, I have the Chiaogu. I have the Chiaogu needles that are small circumference that you could knit, you know, like 9-inch circulars as the smallest, and I can actually knit sleeves so much better. I really don't like doing magic loop, and I was having to magic loop, and I was like switching up colors, and just it was like a lot to manage, and I didn't enjoy at all that process on the sleeve, so I just bailed and kind of put it away, and the weather got warm and I wanted to do some other projects. So that's what happened to this bad boy. The reason I'm doing the sleeves, because the body I would like to be actually longer than this. The reason that I am right now taking a break, the body is on, still on the needles, but is because I want to make the sleeves as long as I intend to make them, and then with all of the yarn that I have left over, I want to make this thing as long as it'll go, because I think a longer, comfier sort of outerwear type jacket will be a really nice use for this chunky weight yarn. This is a non-superwash. I don't remember. I think it's Berocco or something like that. I really don't. I know it's like a commercial yarn. I just can't remember. I bought it at the local yarn shop here in Pensacola. But and I probably could get more if I ended up wanting to make it longer, but I bought quite a bit. I really do think I'll be able to make it a bit of a longer outerwear style cardigan, and it's so, like, I have it on, I think it's so flattering and cute. I decided to add the stripes. Hers is knit in a solid color, but I just thought it would be fun to play with colors and do kind of a fun stripe, and I just randomly striped, like they're all different sizes and thicknesses and order, so I wanted it to look just free form. I didn't want like an obvious pattern repeat, and I think I achieved that. I think it looks really cool. I really like it. I do really want to finish it. I think I'm doing quite a good job on it, and I do think there's this like point in my knitting. It's like before the tension change and after the tension change, and this was after the tension change. So I think that if I pick this up, my tension will be pretty similar, and I think I'll be able to, match up to past Emily's knitting. So yeah, we're gonna keep this bad boy, and we're gonna finish it. Maybe by next winter this will be finished. I hope so, because I do, like, I think about her. Like, I want her to be finished. Okay. Well, she's gonna go away for now though, because we're moving on. We have a lot to talk about, y'all. Okay. Next we have the Cozy Classic Raglan by Jessie Maed Designs. This is gonna be a frog, y'all. This thing, I tried to make a form-fitting sweater. That's the story of this. I tried to make a form-fitting sweater with negative ease, basically, and it does have negative ease. I don't know if I feel like I could just try it on. Like, it's gonna be frogged. I'm taking the needles out. I'm taking them out. I'll show you, and I don't know. I also just kind of want to revisit how this looks. But so essentially what I was doing, this was, I had knit the Cozy Classic Raglan and the Cozy Classic Light, and I really liked the pattern. I had some of this yarn left over from a project that I had knit for my aunt, and I love this yarn. I don't remember. I love it so much. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's Remix Light. I think Berocco, right? Berocco Remix Light. It's like it's just like you like swept the floor of a yarn factory and got all of the like random fibers and just wove them into a yarn, and that's what this is. I think it's got some silk, it's got some linen, I think, or cotton. It's got all kinds of stuff in it, and essentially it is like a warm weather fiber. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get this off the needles, but I think I loosened it up enough that I can try it on for y'all. Okay. So yeah, it's fine. That's it. I mean, it's fine. Like, it's, obviously I would make it longer. That's why it was still on the needles. It's just okay. I don't know. I'm not in love with it. I think with this slubby sort of gray slouchy yarn, like, I don't want a form-fitting garment in this yarn. It's like a heathery gray, like I want it to be like a sweatshirt, you know, like a comfy, slouchy sweatshirt. I'm not really sure what got into me where I was like, no, I want it to like fit and be fitted and like cute, this like little top, which, you know, I think I would eventually maybe want a fitted top. I think I've seen some really cute ones, like the Rumble Raglan is a fitted one, and then there's a couple, like, I want to say the pattern's called like Beauty School Dropout, and it's this really cute like 50s style vintage looking short sleeve like cropped sweater. So cute. I really do want to make one of those one day, but I would make it in like a fun vintage color. I wouldn't make it in like a slubby, like slouchy whatever this is. This is this gorgeous yarn that I really like. But so yeah, I mean, it was just fiber choice, honestly, because I had it, like it fits. I mean, it looks, it is fitted, like it fits my body, it's comfortable. I again, like, don't want a neckline like this. I want a bigger neckline. This is not scratchy because there's no wool or mohair or anything, but I still just, like, I don't like the sensory like aspect of having something like so close up on my neck, and I don't want it. Yeah, so this baby's gonna be a frog, but I will say, if you're looking for, you know, a beginner, really basic sweater, the Cozy Classic Raglan is a great pattern. This is the third time that I have cast on the Cozy Classic Raglan, and I really enjoy that pattern, so would recommend, and would probably make more of them, but just not gonna finish that one. I'm gonna use that. Like, I have a bunch of the yarn. Like, I have a lot of the yarn left, so I think I could, I don't know. I'm gonna just like frog it and have the yarn in stash because I'm not like super inspired to make anything with it right now. So we'll just kind of let it chill. All right, let's move on to our next one. It's an accessory. I think we're actually now in accessory land. We've left sweater land and we're in accessory land. This is, oh wow, does anyone recognize this color? You should. This is Big Sky. So this is the mini waffle hat, or mini waffles hat, by handmade by Sminé, Smine, with an accent over it. So I do apologize if I butchered that. Handmade by Sminé, and this is is this brioche? Y'all, I can't remember. I think it might be I think it's just mosaic knitting. It is really gorgeous. Like, what a pretty hat. I mean, I did like white as the contrast. I was making it so pretty. I was holding it with mohair. Look at the like part right here, this little like brim, very nice, pretty cat. Like, I did a nice job with the cast on. My tension was nice. I think what ended up happening, like, okay, first, again, organize your brain, Emily. How long has this been on the needles? This has been on the needles since I think 2022. I really wanted a pretty hat for myself, and I wanted to use my special yarn that I love, that the Big Sky color. And I had some pretty speckled white, off-white yarn that I'd also been looking for a use for, and I love the look of a waffle texture. So this hat fit the bill. I really like a slouchy hat, and it is meant to fit kind of in a slouchy way. And yeah, it just seemed perfect at the time. Everything seemed fine, and I'm pretty sure it fits too. Like, yeah, fits. Like, it's looking comfy. Like, it's getting there. It's literally almost done. It's like in decrease land. Oh, so by the way, because I have short hair now, when I put a hat on, I turn into my alter ego, which is like a little boy named Lars. I feel like this is Lars, like, with his little like sprouts of hair coming out. So that's me. So anyway, it fits. It's cute. And actually, wait, I'm doing that again. Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna be turning to Lars again. The mohair is not uncomfortable. Like, I really thought it would be scratchy. Well, okay, now I feel it. Now that I'm focusing on it, I can feel it prickling a little bit. Yeah, I think that's why. I think it was the mohair. The mohair did it. I can't have mohair on my head. That and alpaca. Like, I have a gorgeous alpaca hat that someone gave me, and I cannot wear it because it is so itchy. Can't do it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to. I don't know what to do with this. I mean, I feel like pulling it out is gonna be a nightmare because it's 2 colors. There's 4 yarns incorporated in here. And then, like, what am I gonna do with this amount of yarn? It's not enough to make a hat, clearly. I don't know. This is really sad. This is a sad project. It's really beautiful. It's very squishy and soft. I would like to make this hat with a DK weight yarn and no mohair. So I think it would be a really pretty cute. I love the texture, and I think it would be quite warm. So I would like to revisit making a hat, making this pattern, the mini Waffles hat, no mohair. I could hold 2 strands of this blue together. If I took out the Ranunculus, I could hold 2 strands of the blue together, and I could hold 2 strands of this off-white together, and then I could do it that way, I think. So yeah, I think that could be an idea. I just need to have the, again, the get up and go to rip it back, but that's a good idea. Maybe I will make a mohair free version, like the same, because I like think that the light is gonna like blow it out so much, but I think the colors look really pretty together. It's very soft and just has that little bit of light and dark with the texture, and I think that it looks pretty good against my skin. So overall, I think it would be a super flattering, cute hat, and I think this will be a frog. So yes, frog. All right, let's move on to the next project, which is sitting in our sitting in our cat planter. I love this thing. I found this in my mom's garage, and I was so excited. She was like, yeah, you can have it. Sure. Just like didn't understand why I was so excited. This is The Shift by Andrea Mowry. This is quite an old whip. This is a 2020 whip, I believe. Quite one of my first projects I ever cast on, actually. So this I started back when I lived in Ohio, like years ago, and I was watching the Grocery Girls, actually, and they were talking about this pattern and how it looks like the shawl is so many different colors, but really all you're using is 3 colors of yarn, because of the mosaic style knitting, and also because it's the pattern is she uses the spin cycle yarn, which is at the time, and probably still now for something like this, an accessory, like just out of my budget. I would not. I know, knowing me and how much use I would get out of it, I just can't see myself knitting like a shawl in spin cycle. So instead, what I did was get a like also expensive yarn. This is Noro yarn. So this is I don't remember what exactly it is, but it's like a tweedy sort of like silk merino blend. It's really pretty. That's the red, and then this is like a gray blue color, like blue gray. Very, very pretty. I have one ball of this, and then the other color I think is in my dresser right now, but it's a like this it's the green, so that dark green. And why did I stop knitting this? Because I realized it looked like Christmas. It was red and green. Like, what was I thinking? I don't know. I don't like the red and the green together. I think it looks too much like Christmas. That's it. That's why I stopped. Because otherwise, it's really pretty. I mean, like, again, like, I don't know, put it on. Like, that's cute. Like, it looks cute. It does feel a little scratchy. I will say that. Like, I don't know what's in this. I don't think alpaca's in it, but it's not super duper duper soft yarn. Maybe it would soften with washing and blocking, but it is, for against my sensitive little baby neck, it is too scratchy, and it's Christmas. So yeah, I just let it languish. But because it was my first like color work pattern, and I was really proud of how it, like, I thought it looked cool and cute, I couldn't rip it back. I really should reuse the Noro yarn though, because it is like really beautiful, nice yarn. I wouldn't mix the red and the green together again, but I could certainly, you know, do something with the green and the gray or something. So yeah, but you know, it looks kind of just pretty as like it's like a little decoration. I don't know. I can't. I'm attached. I think I'm attached to it because it's like the first mosaic knitting I ever did, and it's like a time capsule. It's like, it reminds me of when I first started knitting, and this thinking is how you end up with like junk just like piling up in your house because you like it. Like, why am I emotionally attached? This is it's a cowl. Like, come on, Em. Like, come on. You don't need to be emotionally attached to a cowl, but it does kind of like hail back to when I very first started knitting in 2020, and I was, you know, all excited to pick out the yarn colors and everything. I ordered them online, I think from yarn.com, and like it was on sale. I was like trying to, you know, like dupe the spin cycle to some degree. So I wanted like a color changing yarn, and I didn't know much about anything at that point. So that's kind of what I landed on. I think if I was to do it now, I would do things a bit differently, like as far as, you know, choosing my colors, but you know, it was like, you know, pretty fun at the time. So so am I gonna frog that or not frog that? I'm gonna reserve the right to say I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it. I can't. So there's nothing I really want to use the yarn for, to be honest with you. Like, it's not super soft yarn, and I don't have enough to like make a sweater, and like mostly I just want to make sweaters. I think if I made a hat out of it, I think it wouldn't be soft enough. So there's just like nothing I want to do with it at the moment. So right now it's still just going to be like a decoration in the kitty. Okay, so that's its purpose. Okay. Oh, I lied. We're actually not out of garment land. We are going to go back into garment land once more. Okay. This is the Camisole number 5 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. This thing is going to be frogged, my friends. I believe I just made I don't even know what size I was knitting, but I got to the double knitting portion on the sleeves or armholes, I guess, not just sleeveless, but I thought that this would be a really cute going out. Oh my gosh, like, I'm dating myself now. Like, I'm obviously a millennial. I literally was about to call it a going out top. So, but that's what it was going to be. It was going to be like a top to go, you know, get drinks with my friends and stuff. So it was going to be my millennial going out top. And I knit it in this, you know, really beautiful gray color. This is the Malabrigo Susuro in the color Polar Morn. So very, very nice, cool gray tone, and it has that silk content in it that makes it, excuse me, it makes it a little bit have a sheen to it. So, oh, sorry. It has that sheen to it. It's really pretty, and I do love this yarn. This has been on the needles since 2021, I think, and it doesn't fit. It's too short. It's too small. Like, it is too small. As you can see, if I put this on, it will stretch and it will be very short, very cropped, which is cute with high-waisted pants, but it's too cropped. And I sometimes think with these knitted tops, I think this is a sport weight yarn, and how they can look, I think if the fit is too cropped on me, it can make me look much wider than I am, and it's just not a flattering look for me. I'm not tall. I'm like 5'3", I think 5'3", 5'4", somewhere in between there. So it just, if I like wear things that make me look wider, I don't have the length to me that it, like, I can get away with that. So I don't like, honestly, knitting like warm weather stuff like tank tops, it's not that, there's not a lot of a draw to it to me, because I really haven't found a pattern that I thought would be flattering and wearable. So I hoped that this would be, and maybe if I knit it in a bigger size and I knit the body longer, it really would be, because this top is very flattering the way that it, you know, comes up, and I have like tattoos on my arms, so it kind of like shows those off. It's not bra friendly though, and I wouldn't be comfortable wearing it out without a bra. So I really think that for those reasons, this is a frog. I think that if I was to knit another sort of warmer weather top with it, I would go for something with thicker straps so that I could wear a bra with it, and maybe actually something more loose fitting that's just meant to be kind of a more flowy garment. Again, you know, just to get like a more flattering silhouette on me. And then also in the warmer weathers, I really don't want like something that's got negative ease on me. I don't like want that sitting next to my skin. It's goes without saying that here in Florida, when the weather gets warm, it gets warm. Like really, really humid. Like you feel like when I lived in Colorado and I would come back here to visit my parents, I would get off of the plane and like step into the airport, and I felt like I was breathing water, because it's so dry in Colorado, and it is like 1,000,000% humidity here. It is like ridiculous. So I felt like I was underwater when I would get off the plane here. I don't know if anybody else, like if you're not from Florida or from the South where it's very humid, if you have experienced that sensation. But all that to say, if you're gonna make something for warm weather, it better hold up to the sweat, and I don't want to be like sweating and have something against me. So, that's why that one ultimately is going to be a frog. Okay. Last thing, we're going back into accessory land, folks. This is in my bag that I got. I only went to Dragon Con once, so I don't know why I'm like every episode like, yeah, Dragon Con. But I happened to get this at Dragon Con when I went. Look at this bag. It says Trash King. Little guy. I just love him. So this is the Night Shift by Andrea Mowry. So I've gotten quite far on this bad boy, as you can see. This was a kit that my best friend's mom actually purchased for me when we were in Buena Vista, Colorado. I forget what the yarn store is called. I'm slipping my mind at the moment, but this is and I don't remember. I feel so bad. I don't remember the yarn either. This is a worsted weight yarn, and it is dyed by a local dyer, and they put it together in kits to sell for this specific shawl pattern. And the only color that I swapped out, it did have a brown, and I don't really wear browns I just, for whatever reason, I don't really like, I just don't gravitate towards wearing that. So it had like a chocolate brown color to go with all the rest of these. So I went ahead and swapped it out for this like gray tone, which I felt that I would wear. It would go with more of what I wear, and I do like it. So just like goes from kind of light to this dark, and I love this like pumpkin-y orange, how like beautiful. This looks like a little pumpkin patch to me. I love this so much. The orange is bringing me quite a lot of joy. It's my favorite color. It's, I think, probably why I picked this kit, was like specifically this orange. And I do love an emerald green. I just think that looks so pretty together. The blue is really nice. And then of course this like snotty, mossy, like swamp green. They got me with that one too. I like the red as well. I just felt like this was a very pretty fall palette. And it really does look, nice. I think, do I know how to style a shawl? Absolutely not. I need to watch Andrea. Well, it's all tangled right now because of the needles too, but I need to watch Andrea Mowry's podcast more on how she styles these things. But like, I think it looks pretty. I really do like it. This will be a finish because this was specifically a kit for this shawl. I think it will be a really beautiful accessory for the fall time, and well, obviously winter here, but like, what a beautiful little, like, thing to wear around like Halloween and Thanksgiving. It's just got that like cozy, those cozy vibes, right? And then and then it has a pumpkin patch on it. Come on now. I love that. So I will finish this eventually. And it is it's a nice relaxing knit. This is not something that you need to be paying a ton of attention to. Clearly you're increasing it. You do this nice little I-cord edge. You're doing an increase on, I want to say, just one side. And you're doing mosaic knitting, so you don't even have to worry about catching floats or anything like that. So this is relaxing. You're switching up colors. It's nice. I do enjoy it. And it's like pretty to watch it grow and change and be like, ooh, what's it gonna look like? Like, what's the next color combo? You're like getting to the next section, the next color combo. So, I need to finish it. I want to finish it. I'm not super like motivated to finish it right now because it's already feeling like it's already kind of feeling like spring here a little bit. Like, it was really cold. We had a freeze overnight a couple of days ago, and then this morning I went outside and the sun was out and the birds were chirping, and it was like that, like after the rain smell, and my lizards are back out in my garden. I'll try to get some footage of them. But I have like thousands of these tiny anole lizards that live in my garden, and I have 2 that live behind my mailbox, which is like on my house, like right next to my front door. So they love to sit on the metal of the mailbox and get the sun, and then I'll see them like behind it. I know that they're not probably the same lizard as last year's mailbox anoles, but I'm choosing to believe that they are, and they're back, and they were just like sleeping during the winter, and now they're back. So that's what I am choosing to believe. They live forever. It's my mailbox lizard. And anyway, he was back, and I was so pleased to see him. I walk to my house and they like scurry away from me. It's just like, it's so good. When I was a little kid, my grandma had a screen porch. She lived here in Florida too, and they would get in on the screen porch all the time and like be climbing up the screen. They're about, like, for reference, like their bodies at full size are like this long, and their tails are like, make them this long, but they're little itty bitty green and brown lizards. And I would, when I was a kid, try so hard to catch them on the porch. And if I like ended up getting their tails, they can drop their tails. So like they would like, I would try and they would like drop their tails. Like, obviously, like, don't do that. I was a little kid and like didn't know, but yeah, don't grab them by their tails. Like, don't chase them. Be nice to the lizards. I would never do that now, but I used to when I was a little kid. I wanted, like, so badly. I was like, I just want one. Like, please be my friend. And it was like, no, I'm getting away from you. Literally, like, leaving a piece of my body behind to get away from you because I don't like you that much. And they actually, they do bite, but it doesn't hurt, but they will not let go of you. Like, my cat used to bring them inside all the time when I was growing up, and I got better about like being able to like catch them because she would bring them in alive, and they would just be like running around our house. You would find them all the time, and like you would catch them in your hand and be holding them, and they would like viciously bite your finger. Like, their little mouth is like me, and like you hold them and they're just like meh, and like they will not let go. they're just cute little guys. I do love them. They're just like sweet little lizards. Anyway, I'm babbling on and on. You guys, thank you so much for joining me here today to talk about all of my whips and what I should frog and what I should keep going on. I think that I have worked through some things. I think I've come up with some plans of action. So thank you for being here and listening and helping me work through my issues. No. But yeah, I so appreciate you. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. This has been, I'm kind of like been nervous about making these videos. So thank you if you have like stuck with it and come back. And if you're a new viewer, thank you for being here. I hope that you liked it. If there is anything that you wish that I would talk about, or if there's just topics that are interesting to you, or you have any burning questions or ideas, like please let me know in the comments. But otherwise, I think I'm just gonna, I don't know what's next. We'll see, but maybe like do some, like, I might go through and do some, what I want in it now, what I'm excited about. And I think that will be maybe some inspiration too for some of this yarn that I'm going to acquire now. So, all right, guys. Anyway, it's been amazing chatting with you. As always, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content, and feed the YouTube algorithm. And if you would like, you can find me on social media. On Instagram, I am Swamp Witch Summer. And on Ravelry, I am Swamp Witch Knits. All right. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great day. Bye.